I got to tell you, the Super 6 is so strong. It's amazing. Catch that? Super 6.
Super 6.
Because Tesla's no longer.
Oh, you're Xing out Tesla.
I'm not X. Oh, I like that. I am Xing out Tesla. Oh, you are so clever.
Tesla stock is apparently no longer a part of the Magnificent Seven. That means one thing. If Jim Cramer said it, Tesla stock is probably going higher from here. Jim Cramer is notoriously famous for being wrong at just the right time. If he says a stock is going up, it's likely going down. If he says a stock is going down, it's likely to go up. Beyond that, Tesla's stock is down, at least at the time of recording this video. We still do have some time left on the day, so things can obviously turn around. What's actually fascinating about Tesla the last 2 days or so, Tesla is getting a massive bid at the start of the trading day, like going up 3% this morning to give it all back. And that even happened yesterday as well. Now we have some good news to go over here in this video. We did have weekly insurance registration numbers out of China that came in better than expected. But I do think, despite the good news that we continue to see, besides the price cuts, we really haven't had any bad news so far in 2024, but Tesla stock has gotten beaten up. I think everyone, as Cramer said, is capitulating. I think the weak hands are very fearful right now. Justifiably so. After the last 3 earnings in a row, you have fallen over 9% the day after. So people are definitely selling first, asking questions later. We are going to get into all of this information, break down what is happening with Tesla stock today and all of your breaking news for Tesla specifically, as well as the broader markets. Vehicle insurance registration numbers for Tesla out of China beat expectations and came in strong today at 11,700 units. This is presumably what sent Tesla stock up 3% in the beginning of trading, and as we discussed, well, that has since been lost. It seems like every day, as of lately, that tends to happen. You tend to see a strong first half of the day, and then you give that back towards the end of the day. And it's simple. People have jitters heading into earnings. This is no ordinary earnings. Now, the last 3 earnings, Tesla stock has fallen over 9% the day after earnings, just so you guys are fully aware. Here on April 20th, Tesla stock fell 9.75% the day after earnings, the next day in which you can trade Tesla following earnings. On July 20th, Tesla stock fell 9.74% the day after earnings. And the last earnings we just had, on October 19th, the day after Tesla's earnings, which were on October 18th, Tesla stock fell 9.3%. So a lot of people have come to anticipate bad earnings, of doom and gloom Elon. So let's just get ahead of that and sell Tesla stock now. Let's short Tesla heading into earnings. And, well, that has been profitable over the past 9 months or so. In the first earnings of a new year, the first time you hear from a company, you tend to get a longer term outlook, like a full year 2024 outlook. And the expectations are, well, not high, but some people are concerned that maybe Tesla guides even lower than what markets are expecting. That is why Tesla stock is down almost 22% from what we just seen on December 28th until today. This is by far the largest decline that you have seen heading into an earnings for Tesla in a very, very long time. I mean, Tesla stock is sitting with an RSI of 26.96, severely oversold, one of the most oversold levels you have ever been at heading into earnings. Now, we will go over this a little bit more in the next video coming out at 8 p.m. tonight. Highly recommend you guys watch that video. It's going to be the last video that will be posted here on the channel before Tesla's earnings tomorrow in after hours. So you definitely do not want to miss it. But let's go ahead and get into all of your Tesla breaking news today. What's actually interesting about this drop that we're seeing in Tesla stock, as of lately, you've actually seen a lot of inflows from hedge funds and institutional investors. $576 million on January 18th. On January 19th, $522 million. And even yesterday, on January 22nd, you had $321 million going into Tesla stock. Unfortunately, it appears as if hedge funds and institutions are facilitating this short attack on Tesla stock and really pushing, I would say forcing, but pushing retail investors out of the stock at probably the worst possible time that we have seen in the last 12 months. Again, just judging on how oversold the RSI currently is. Now, this is some really good news for robotaxi enthusiasts. Waymo has applied for permission to extend its robotaxi service to the Los Angeles area, while also planning a substantial expansion in the San Francisco Bay Area. Any good news for robotaxi companies, no matter if it's Tesla, Waymo, Cruise, or anyone else, is good news for Tesla. The biggest hurdle Tesla will inevitably face is not just developing robotaxi itself, but actually being able to deploy that legally city by city and country by country. So anyone like a Waymo that is able to do this first, it's going to make it a lot easier for Tesla to also expand, well, FSD. Tesla has reportedly appointed Teresa Gutierrez Smith as their new country manager for Mexico. Toyota's chairman, Akio Toyota, believes battery electric vehicles will reach at most 30% market share, with the rest taken up by hybrids, hydrogen fuel cell, and fuel burning cars. Elon Musk responded to this with a sigh. We do have new Tesla semi-jobs posted, including ones located in Sparks, Nevada. There's been a lot of talk lately about Tesla really pushing heavier into the semi-truck industry. Currently, Tesla is not mass producing Tesla semis. They have only produced about 40 or so, as far as recent information, for Pepsi. But it seems like that could soon be changing. The total installed capacity of Australia's EV public DC fast charging network grew a staggering 33% just in the fourth quarter of 2023, and more than half of this came from Tesla. Still, one of the biggest hurdles to getting mass EV adoption is charging. You need to have as many chargers out there as you have gas stations today. That's actually the number one reason a lot of people I know do not buy EV vehicles. It's not because they don't like the technology. They don't like the instant acceleration, the instant power and gratification, if you will, that you get from EVs. It's because people don't want to get stranded because there's no charger around. And I've even went over this here on the channel plenty of times. If you pull up the Tesla charging map in my area of Michigan, you don't have many options. You have to charge at home. A lot of people have range anxiety because of this fact. Tesla's Cybertruck tour in China begins at the end of this month. The trucks will appear in 8 different cities across the country. Here is a 15-month evolution of Tesla's humanoid Optimus robot. The pace of progress is pretty incredible, and yes, as you even seen in the Gen 1 video of Optimus, the thing could barely walk. Now Optimus Gen 2 is dancing, doing yoga, folding t-shirts. Pretty soon here, well, you could actually start seeing Optimus robots in the Tesla factories, as well as potentially in like a warehouse type facility. The Optimus Gen 2 can fold a t-shirt. I'm pretty sure it can take a box or so from here to there and do that successfully over and over again. Tesla says you can now test drive, order, take delivery, and service a Tesla depending on the type of maintenance, all without interacting with a single human in person. New Model 3 deliveries begin in just 3 days. Hopefully we get some good news in regards to the new Model 3 and order numbers so far. This could be a substantial leg of demand for the US market. The last time that you have seen the Model 3 have any kind of refresh was back in 2017. Tesla has also released some new 4K pics of its second generation Megapack 2XL energy storage product. The second gen features 10 cabinets versus 8 in the first gen. Smiles Miles on X says she is excited to pick up her Cybertruck today, and apparently she is only the second non-Tesla employee to receive it at this specific location. So you are starting to see more non-Tesla employees taking delivery of their Cybertruck. That's another potential bright spot that could come about Tesla's earnings. If you get a faster ramp of Cybertruck, that is going to be materially impactful to Tesla's earnings in 2024. All of these analysts and investors have concerns about Tesla's demand, yet Tesla has an order log of potentially 2 million Cybertrucks that are waiting to be delivered to customers. If that can scale faster than expected, well, I think that's good news. It also appears that Tesla has shared this video of the Cybertruck powering a Ford F-150 Lightning via the Power Share. Redwood Materials. This is the company some senior Tesla officials have left to join and actually found. They made a post that says cathode accounts for 50% of battery cells cost, but today manufacturing is based entirely outside of North America. Redwood is changing that. We're building a huge Airbus A380 for scale cathode plant with more than 1 million EVs a year of capacity at our Nevada campus. We're reducing both the construction cost and the build time through ambitious and detailed engineering, focusing on innovative practices in the plant's very design and development. One day, a partnership with Tesla could come and could fuel, well, that full $7,500 tax credit, because that's the hurdle. A lot of it is actually the cathodes. There's no production in North America, so where do you get them? Well, China and elsewhere, but also help to bring down cost for Tesla vehicles in the future. I did also make this post on X. Feel free to go ahead and follow my account, Michael Tyler. It's pretty simple. Just type in Michael Tyler, you should be able to find it. I said, "Dear Elon Musk, Tesla investors need a win tomorrow, even a small one. Feel free to share this, repost it, and tag Elon. Hopefully, well, he acknowledges this in some form or another, because I think you guys would all agree with this. Just a small win. We don't have to win the war tomorrow. Just give us a small win. Don't be doom and gloom on the earnings call, maybe. Say something positive or constructive, or give us a hint on the $25,000 vehicle. Something would be better than nothing. I think at this point, all you need is a little something to get Tesla stock to, well, go parabolic. The number one most upvoted question for Tesla's management to answer on the earnings call is one that I hope they actually answer, and answer this one good, because this could mean a 20% rally in Tesla stock, in my personal opinion. This specific question has 2.6 thousand votes, representing 6.4 million Tesla shares. So quite a few shares are represented here. It says, given that you moved the start of the next generation compact vehicle production to Austin, has the timeline improved so that we might see next generation platform vehicles in 2025? If Elon were to actually confirm that, maybe say by the end of 2024 is even a possibility, that would be big news for Tesla stock. Tesla's global inventory numbers going higher yet again for the Model Y, Model X, S, and the Model 3 sitting at pretty dang low numbers. So either the Model Y is no longer selling the way that it was prior, which I don't think that's that likely, or second reason why inventory numbers are so high is because Tesla is producing more Model Ys now than they were previously, and I think that makes a little bit more sense. Google Trends data continues to decline for the Cybertruck, whereas everything else is pretty much unchanged. Model Y search trend activity is increasing quite a bit, and Model 3 search trend activity is decreasing a little bit. Tesla continues to run about 400 different ads. This may start to change, especially if tomorrow Tesla indicates they will continue to advertise. For the first time ever, we should get some details and clarity on how effective advertising overall has been. But remember, most advertising is not supposed to be like, hey, you see an ad on the TV or on your computer, you run out and go purchase a Tesla. That's not how advertising works. The reason why you've seen probably thousands of McDonald's ads in your lifetime is not because you're going to run out and go buy McDonald's. What it does is it keeps McDonald's in your mind. So the next time you're like, hey, what do I want to eat? McDonald's is in your mind. Whereas maybe smaller restaurant might not be. Advertising keeps brands alive in your mind. That's why firms advertise. And long story short, Tesla advertising now is going to create sales down the line. When someone is in the markets to purchase a new vehicle, they're going to say, hey, didn't I hear something about a $7,500 tax credit? Hey, what about FSD? Cars drive themselves. Those things hopefully should pop in people's minds from seeing Tesla ads. Here on the day today, 10-year treasury yields are up about 5 basis points today, which yesterday 10-year treasury yields were down about 5 basis points. So net, you haven't seen much change in 10-year treasuries since the start of this week. And I think that's because a lot of people are just anticipating the data coming out later this week with PCE, personal income, personal spending, GDP, all kinds of different data, durable goods orders, and bond investors are kind of waiting to see where things go, but 10-year treasury yields being up today is definitely not doing Tesla stock any favors. We did have one good report today as far as the economic data. So manufacturing indexes from the Fed have been really bad. About 2 weeks ago, we had a terrible, actually the worst ever New York Empire State Manufacturing Index, minus the artificial drop due to the Rona. Well, the expectations for other districts' manufacturing is for big declines, like big plummets. Now, today, you came in line with expectations on the headline Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index. You were expecting negative 15. That's worse than last month's negative 11 number. And you came in line at negative 15. But what actually did better was Richmond Fed manufacturing shipments, which was expected to come in at negative 20 and only came in at negative 15. You also seen Richmond Fed services index come in a lot better than expected. You were expecting negative 5. This actually came in at positive 4. So you're still very much in negative territory. Anything under 50 is considered negative. So negative 15 is like really, really bad. Well, you're still only at a 4, but that's much better than being negative. The percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average continues to decline today by 2.66% to 65.61% of stocks above their 50-day moving average. So this market is really a tale of two stories here. Magnificent 7, I'm still going to call it Mag 7. I don't even agree with that necessarily, but I'm not going to exclude Tesla now, at least not until they report their earnings tomorrow. If we see another big decline, then I could see why people would exclude Tesla from that. But you are still seeing the average stock is not doing well. It seems like the markets are waiting for Netflix earnings, which are going to come out today in after hours, alongside some other names like Intuitive Surgical, Texas Instruments, Steel Dynamics, Baker Hughes, Stride, CN, NBT Bank, East West Bank, and Westbanco. I've never seen that company before a day in my life. Markets are kind of waiting for these earnings. Some of the earnings we got this morning: Verizon, 3M, GE, RTX, Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton, Lockheed Martin, PG&E, DR Horton, and Packer. It was mixed results across the board, but not great numbers. Some of the forward-looking guidances were good as a majority, but some of the numbers themselves were just not great from a lot of these companies. But Netflix and after hours is going to move the broad markets, and we're going to go over Netflix earnings in the next video at 8 p.m. tonight as well. Netflix is also one of the most talked about stocks on StockTwits, and you can see the sentiment gauges over here are off the chain for Netflix. Seems like everyone is bullish. You have a sentiment of 99, message volume at 100, and participation ratio at 71, which is starkly different than what you see on something like a Tesla. So Netflix has high expectations heading into their earnings, which is going to mean Netflix really has to impress to get the stock to go higher from here, whereas Tesla has, well, not so great expectations. The stock doesn't have to give you that much good news to potentially go much higher. You can see the sentiment for Tesla is at 3 out of 100. It's extremely bearish, extremely bearish. Message volume is sitting at 81, which is on the higher side, but the participation ratio is at 37. Option activity today in Tesla stock continues to be on the light side with 466 orders in the options market from hedge funds and institutions worth $97.39 million and a positive order value of 52%. If you look at the entirety of option volume today, 56.64% of the option volume is to the call side and 43.36% of the volume is to the put side. You currently have an estimated short interest of free float at 3.22%, $18.56 billion worth of short positions in Tesla, which is very impressive considering Tesla stock has basically collapsed in the start of 2024. The stock is down 15% just in the month of January alone. You've seen a lot of shorts taking out short positions. If Tesla stock does rally following earnings, shorts are going to be caught on the wrong side of things, and potentially you could see a mini squeeze over the next couple of days if things do go good on Tesla's earnings. Tesla stock is now back to positive at the time of recording this video, up 0.13%. A green day is a green day. I will take it nonetheless. Tesla stock seems to be finding some demand here under about 209, which I think is interesting. Could be a shorter term bottom if earnings do go well. Tesla stock is at one of the most oversold levels you have been at in a very long time in basically the history of Tesla. The only time you were more oversold was when Elon was selling billions and billions of dollars worth of stock to finance the purchase of X. Other than that, this would be one of the most oversold periods you have ever been in. And just over the last 12 months or so, 18 months or so, anytime that you have hit oversold on Tesla, you have bounced 30 to 40%. I think that is what is likely coming next as well. I don't think this time is any different in that regard. There's just a lot of fear because, well, typically Tesla stock sells off following their earnings. We will go over this more in depth in the next video, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that one. You definitely don't want to miss it. But that is going to do it for this video. Hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section. Again, go ahead and follow Michael Tyler on X and go ahead and give that post a retweet, if you will, a reshare, and tag Elon in it. Hopefully he can see that and maybe throw us a bone on earnings. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy at this point. Just maybe that's not being so doom and gloomy on the earnings call. I think that would produce probably a 10% pop in Tesla stock at this current moment in time. If you guys also want to come trade Tesla earnings, come see the trades that I have on Tesla stock, well, check out the link down below in the description of this video to join the trading community. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Tyler, and you guessed it, I will see you in the next one.